Becoming better ministry is all about, becoming better in every area of your life. So that's spiritually, financially, relationally, any area of your life that you could think of. That's what becoming better ministry is all about. So before we get started, we're going to introduce everybody that y'all see. So if y'all do or don't know, I'm Taylor. So I'm going to let the rest of them go ahead and introduce themselves, and y'all going to get started.
I'm Joshua.
I'm Tamaya.
So y'all, we're talking about toxic relationships with your friends. So the first topic, we want to discuss is, when you have friends and they trying to change you. I know for me personally, I feel like, when you have toxic friendships, when they trying to change you, they kind of like, that's when your friends can know you, what you dislike, and they'll try to put you in like uncomfortable, situations and make you change, or even like just come up against your own character. Which I got.
Oh, yeah, let it go first.
Trying to think on that.
Well, I say with toxic friendships, now the thing about it is there are toxic friendships. You do have people out there that may seem to be your friend, but in all actuality, they're not your friend. They plot on the low. How they say they plot on the low. Till they're not there when you do good. When you are doing up, they're not as congratulational as, if that's even a word.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of things hidden, and so I say the best thing to do to prevent toxic relationships is to judge the person by the spirit. You see, because you can't miss in the spirit. Like, you can tell a person can be they can be smiling in your face. They can be happy. They can do all these things, and you cannot tell because you cannot tell what another person is thinking. But what you can do is you can judge it by the spirit, because the spirit will tell you if this person is genuine or they're not. Another thing about having toxic friends is it can corrupt you. Because a big thing in the world right now is influence. And social media, or music, all these things are influencing people to do things that normally they probably wouldn't do, but because they're influenced to do it, they'll do it. And it also works with close friends, because I've had friends before that influenced me to do things that I knew in my right mind that I shouldn't have done, but because I was around them, that's what it does. Now you see, when you're around toxic friends, it sows seeds. It may not pop up there at that time, but eventually, if you continue to hang around them, it will show up. And so, the best thing to do is just judge people by the spirit.
Right. And even like going back off of what you said, it's kind of like, even when your friends make you do certain stuff, like even like if you're in that moment, or if y'all, let's say you at a party or something, you compromise and stuff that you wouldn't normally do. You in that moment, so it's like your mind ain't even thinking about it, And I feel like, whether you got friendships that's maybe been like, just say 6 months, or you got a friend for maybe 10 years, they should know what you stand for now. I feel like the only way too, if they trying to change you, at least they don't help you change for the better, for growth. That's what it's all about, growth.
But I'm gonna say, even as a team that go to parties, it's a lot of people you would see that they friends like, yeah, go do it. And as soon as everything go left, they running from the police, or they gonna flip on you. And that's like, you gonna turn on your morals because you trying to, like you said, influence. It's the biggest thing of, you don't drink, but your friends do. So you trying to see, oh, let me see this, knowing in your mind that's not something you would really do. Right. And it's a lot of popularity too.
Yeah.
That's the number one thing that a lot of people gonna change is, oh well, so and so did it, or they doing it, so let me go see what it's like. Knowing in your mind, it's like, yeah, I don't do that, but I'm gonna go do it just to see if I'm gonna get more friends to do it.
Right. And that kind of like comes with pressure too.
Yeah.
Your friend try to make you do something, Or even if it's not even your friend, you know, even though we talking about, you know, friendship, it can be like in your relationships and stuff like that, you know, people I should talk about, because as you was talking, you know, I thought about even in the Bible, it talks about, you know, bad company, you know, it ruins your character. So you ain't trying to go up against, you know, stuff that you believe in, or, you know, something that you trying to work for.
Another thing about toxic friends, what it can do, it can hamper you from exceeding in life.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, and I mean, people don't see it as in those moments. You see, those moments are important because, you see, maybe in the situation that you went through, you got away with it. But there are situations where people, with friends, and people put people in situations that they couldn't get out of. You know, there's a lot of things that go on in the world, and some people are just at the wrong place, the wrong time. You know, the wrong place, wrong time. And you can get caught up in the things that you normally shouldn't get caught up in because around the people that you are hanging around. And that's why you have to be cautious of who you hang around. Because as the old proverbs say, they say, either you are changing them or they are changing you. And so if you're not changing them, just know that they're changing you. And so, you know, it's like saying you're in a car with friends, and they can be smoking, they can be drinking, they can be doing other things that you know normally that you would not do. Yeah. For a while, you will hold a strong stance, and you know, and their friends will know, and they will know what you stand for. But the thing about it is, just as Taylor said, it says evil communications corrupt good manners. So that means the more you're around it, the more that it is seeping in you. And then eventually when they pass it past you, one time you might just say, hey man, let me take it this time. Yeah. And then, you know, it can lead you down a road, because I know there's a lot of road. That's how a lot of people went down that road. And there are a lot of people that are so discombobulated by it. Because you see people on the streets, and you see a lot of people probably did not end up there, you know, of things. They ended up there because of decisions that they made, and they got into things that they could not come back from. Because there are things out there. Somebody laced some stuff. Somebody do this and this, and then next thing you know, you're dealing with more than what you bargained for. And dude, that's tough.
Yeah, that's crazy. Cause even from my experience, you know, I had a friend, you know, that I had like 10 years. And even like last year, you know, I decided to let that go, because I was like, even though I was like around her, you know, it was certain stuff I didn't like that she did. And, you know, me, I'm gonna tell you, you know, that you wrong and stuff like that. But it's like they didn't care, and it's like, you know, I feel like, you know, that compromised my growth, and even I had to go back, you know, spiritually. You like, man, God don't want me to be aligned to this type of stuff. So I was like, man, I gotta be able to change my mindset and change the people who I'm around, because, you know, a lot of people, for example, you know, we see a lot of like high school kids, they got all these big cliques. They got this big circle of friends, maybe 27 people in the clique. But it's like, even when I look at my friend now, I'm like, dang, I'm only down to 2 people. But, you know, I'm satisfied with that. So,
I mean, by myself, if you a whole shit, it's gonna mess me up.
oh yeah, man, that's what I'm talking about. Even like with that, just influence, you know, friends can influence you to do anything, and you'll feel like, you know, they behind closed doors, they over there plotting, or that spirit of jealousy was seep in, and all that different types of stuff.
That spirit ended up coming out of the end.
I would say, like I always tell people, that like one of the hardest things to do is to change somebody. Like the problem that I come across all the time is like, I always want the best for everybody, whether you my friend, whether I just barely got to know you. But the problem that you run into is that sometimes you want better for people when they don't want better for themselves. So you can't change nobody who don't want to be changed. And also, like as a friend, if you find yourself in that situation and you find and you got a friend that don't want to change, sometimes you outgrow the friendship. Like I have friends that I've been friends with from childhood, and not that we ain't cool no more, but it's just I outgrew our friendship, because what we had in common 10 years ago, I no longer do those things. Right. So now when we come around, it's awkward because now you do this and I don't do this. So now we don't have anything to click on. So definitely if you in a friendship and that friendship is not growing you and neither one of y'all is willing to change to better yourself, that's not a friendship that I don't want to be in. If I'm like I always tell like these young dudes, if you the smartest dude in your circle, you need to find you a new circle. I want to be around people that's gonna grow me, that's gonna develop me, that's gonna help me see things that I ain't never seen before. If me and you on the same level, it ain't that we can't be friends, but I'm not finna be spending a lot of my time with you because there's nothing that we can get together. Me and you on the same level. I'm trying to go higher and I don't want to stay, where I'm at. So the key to this is that you can't change others, but there are times that you outgrow people in your life and you have to be okay with moving forward.
Right. So what y'all think about when you're giving more in your friendship than you're getting?
Time to leave. Time to leave.
But most of the time, when you see a friendship, you feel like you're supposed to be some type of balance, or sometimes, I remember when I was still like, even in high school, when you first get your car, you gonna have people, come walk and ride, like that. So even like in friendships that I experienced, or even, from what I like seeing and witness, like I see a lot of people, they can pour into people, just give them everything they got, but it's like they not receiving it because they don't want it. They comfortable with how they living and like the habits and stuff that they, they cool with their lifestyle. Like they don't want them to change for nobody. So it's like, me personally, I would feel like, I'd rather pour into somebody who want to receive it, who want to, grow more spiritually, in every area of their life. So it's like, if you're not trying to receive or better me, it's like, what type of friendship do we got going on anyway?
That's when the friendship starts draining you.
Yes.
When you giving a whole lot and you're not getting nothing out. When you, I got money, so let me give you some. And when you don't have nothing, they still
ain't got nothing.
Right. But it's when the friendship gets draining is when you realize I'm giving a lot more than what I really should. And you really know when you say something about it, they get real defensive.
Right.
Like, oh no, I remember a couple weeks ago I gave you this and I did that. But every day I'm giving you something, but I'm never, even emotional support, when you going through it, you don't want to give. When I'm going through it, it's like, oh, you strong, you got it. But when you going through it, it's like, every time I call, I need you to answer.
Yeah.
And when you don't, they get offended. But it's like, when I was just by myself and nobody was there, nobody could, like, you want to act like, oh, well, I had this to do, or I had this to do. I don't care where I'm at. My friend called me, I'm going to drop everything I'm doing, I'm about to see what's wrong. And that they act like, well, they feel like friendships should be 75-25 and not 50-50.
Hey, y'all, so we got some more guests that came in. So, we're going to have it to where, y'all can, like, introduce yourself. Okay.
Yeah, they late.
Fashionably late, y'all.
They clean, though.
Yeah, so y'all can just, like, say y'all name and we're going to just pick it up from here.
My name is Gianna and I am 16 years old. Like that matters. My name is Marlana.
That's what I was thinking. I was like,
Yeah.
16 years old.
She feeling herself. Yeah.
So yeah, we just like picking up from like when we're talking about like toxic friendships and when you get more than you giving and stuff like that.
Okay. Y'all want to just keep talking and then we just add on?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let me jump in. Let me come back behind this camera.
Yeah, he trying to with two
Yeah.
people at the same time.
Okay, see me. I definitely would say, like, I like to use a Bible verse on this one about giving more than you getting. Like me, I don't want to cast my pearls to swine. So that means that there's people in your life. Let me get where they can see me. Let me get where y'all can see me. See me. Like, in my life, I don't want to be around people that's not going to value what I give. So a lot of times when you have friends that you've been friends with, like, forever, like, they have no value in what you give. So, for example, I might have a friend that may call me every day to give, for me to give him advice. And everything that I tell him or any advice I give him, he don't never take it. But let's say I got somebody I just met 2 months ago and he called me and I give him advice about marriage or whatever. He take the advice and he applied. To me, I rather value the friendship of the person for 2 months than the person I had from childhood. Because that person feel like they have access to me at every time, so they don't take what I say as value. But the person who don't have access to me, everything I say, they writing it down, they put it in their notes because they understand the value that I have. So sometimes when you give more than you getting, sometimes it can be like a parasite. So you're not building up to me, you just take it from me. So that's the wrong type of like friendship to have. Like Tamaya was talking about, like when you got money and your friend needs something, you there for him. But then when your friend got money, then you ain't never around them. They don't never call you when they up. You know, they only want to come down when they down and you up. So definitely that's a friendship you don't want to be in when you giving more than you getting.
So with that, so like it ties into the personal. You see, you gotta judge the person by the Spirit. You see, because the thing is, you continue to do that because like where we get. When I was over here thinking this, Holy Ghost ran this by me. You see, we get caught up when we give to people. We look for something back from them, when in all actuality we don't need to look. We need to look to them getting something back. We need to look to Him because, you know, the Bible say, "Oh, no man, nothing but to love one another." And you see, love. You see, our definition of love and God's definition of love could be different. You see, because God gave His life. Christ gave His life for us without asking for nothing in return. And you see, that's how we need to treat others. We have to treat others with that type of love. And sometimes it does feel like people will take advantage, because people do take advantage of you, especially friends. And I know friends, yeah, they definitely will take advantage of you, and that's why you gotta understand. You gotta judge it by the Spirit, because you have, like earlier, you do people are like leeches. They will leech on you and try to suck everything away. I'm trying to tell you, they will do that.
All right, y'all start saying, yeah, y'all been through something.
I mean, they will leech on you, and they will try to suck everything out of you. But the thing about it is, love does not change. It has to be the same. People will take advantage of you every day of your life. I mean, hey, growing up, even to now, people will take advantage of you. They will try to take advantage of you. And in those moments, man, I just say thank God, because you say that the Bible say that you will heap coals on their head, on your enemies. God may say, hey, your friends doing you like that, baby, they ain't no friend, they enemy. What they call them, the ops. Yeah, the ops, baby. They try to bring you down, but I just say, man, just keep going forward, man. Just do good to everybody.
Man, let's see what the two fashionably late ladies got to say. What y'all got?
I can't speak first.
You can't speak first, but what you got? Lead the way for her. Lead the way. Like, just have you ever like been in a friendship where you had to give more than you gave more than you was getting?
Yeah. Sometimes, like, whenever we got in high school, we lost a lot of friends.
I thought you were name drop.
Nah, don't name drop. Don't do that.
I thought she was gonna say,
don't do that.
Yeah, we used to hang around a lot of people, but then, like, after some time, you figure out how they really are. Like, they be talking behind your back, or whether it's about something that you're doing that they don't like, or it's just sometimes it is hard being around a lot of people. So
yeah, or you outgrow them. Like you get way more mature for them. Like in middle school, like you said, we had all friend groups, and in high school that you realize that they're not all your friends anymore, and then that people want to take advantage of you.
So what makes somebody your friend? Like, what makes somebody be like, hey, we cool, like, hey, we gonna ride together, hey, I'm looking out for you.
Loyalty.
So what do loyalty look like for y'all as like teenagers? I know for me, loyalty don't look different how it look for y'all.
Yeah.
So how does it look to y'all?
Well, I mean, like, if you always need them, are they there? Are they like talking behind your back? Are they always there when you need them all the time?
What about adults? Like, what do friendship look like for y'all?
my thing, I judge friendship off of what we have in common. Because, I mean, my thing is first is spiritually. You know, if I can't connect with a person spiritually, most likely probably not really going to be fun. We'll be cool, but we're not going to be to the extent of what you want to. Because me, I'm a friendly guy, and so you know, I like making friends. I made friends when I go to DoorDash. I made friends at Buc-ee's. I made friends in Chili's.
Well, you
everywhere.
speaking to everybody.
I speak to everybody. I mean, because that's just my personality, and so I speak to everybody. You know, I met people up there that talk to me more than people that I knew my whole life. Because as I tell people like this, man, the people that you hang around in high school, that made your true friends. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all just like for an hour, in case of where we are, you hang out with them because you see them every day. You make your true friends once you get out there. Cause I got friends from college that I'm cooler with than people I grew up with my whole life. And so, you know, I base it off of what you have in common. Because you have common things, then that means that most likely y'all mirror each other. And so, you know, the Bible say, hey, you want friends, so you have to be friendly. And guess what? You'll attract people. And one thing that people mess up is that if you keep coming across, like, you know, let's go to relationships. I ain't want to do it, but
that boy ready to go relationship.
That's a video.
Go ahead.
I mean, but that's also ties in friendship, relationships, everything. What you attract is what you are. So if you keep attracting a bad dude, a bad friend, then the common denominator is you.
Yeah.
So that means that there's something off about you that is attracting them to you.
So you mean to tell me, hold on, just so I'm clear. If you got a toxic friend, that means you toxic too.
Yeah.
Got some toxic friends.
If you like to be in toxic situations, you're toxic.
Yeah, you
You the problem.
Yeah,
You the problem. You hear that? You the problem.
Common denominator. You the only common denominator in the picture. That means that, hey, you gotta fix something.
It's good.
You gotta fix something.
I feel like with me, like when I've been looking for a friend or, you know, friends I had for a long time, it goes based off, you know, personality, like Josh said, but also like what you stand for. Like, I'm not about to go against my character or stuff that I believe in, you know, just to try to be friends with you. Because, you know, if I do that, it's like I'm down in everything that I believe in, what I stand for, and now that I'm like, you know, I gotta catch a vibe with you too. So if I know, let's just say, you know, if I know you gonna be there for me, like through thick and thin, like, hey, you know, that's what a friend is. Because I feel like you'll see who your really friends are, like when you're really going through something. If they ain't calling you or texting you, checking up on you, that it's like you gotta revisit that friendship, like see what's the foundation of it.
Hold on, why you looking at me when you was talking? Hey, I'm feeling a little fitty. You looking at me the whole time. You supposed to scan the room when you talk. You looking at me.
Ain't no slugs going on.
Hold on. I gotta check that.
Okay, what about that?
Go ahead, man.
This how you tell if you got a friend that ain't good for you. If they speak more death than they do life. Listen to what they say, and they'll let you know.
Man.
So I guess in plain words for y'all who
Speak
not,
more negative.
plain words.
Speak more negative.
You not biblically, you know what I'm saying?
They find all the bad
If you telling them like for the grown folks, if you telling them you got a promotion and they telling you, girl, go and quit that job, come here where I'm at, that's not the friend for me. You know, if like just for the kids, if you tell them, girl, I got a 85 on my math test, they tell you I got a 50. Congratulate my win. Like people, like when you tell somebody good news, they always want to tell you their news. No, hey, just tell me, hey, you did a good job. You don't have to tell me what you did. The problem with our friendships now, like y'all was saying earlier, like everybody want to be relevant. Like everybody want to put out what they done did. Nobody really care about what you did. But true friends gonna congratulate you whether you up or whether you down. And when you down, they gonna always pick you up.
Yeah.
Always. All right. Have y'all ever been in a situation or any type of friendship to where when you was around your friend, you didn't like yourself?
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Anybody got a story?
I definitely know.
Give them a story.
In middle school, I grew up around like other people. Like I don't want to say other people, but like I was in a school to where nobody was like me. No one looked like me that much, you know. And so I feel like I always had to fit in with them. I had to, you know, do stuff to fit in with them. Not like outrageous things, I was in 6th grade, but like just to try to fit in with them, talk like them, speak like them, you know. But whenever I came to Hempstead, I think I found like my true self because I was around people more.
Look
Hempstead.
how Hempstead,
No, not Hempstead. I'm just saying I found my true self because at first I was always hiding behind, you know, friends, like who I thought were my friends. And I mean, these people are probably still my friends, but like I just tried to fit in to be with them, and you know, I don't talk to them now.
That's it. I say it like this: take down the mask.
Yeah.
It's COVID. Put your mask up.
And I did this too. But I say, man. Well, I got some stories. Cause like me, if you know me, I mean, I was never really a cursor for me growing up. But when I got around certain people, that's when I started to act more like them than I did myself outside. Cause when I go home, I knew not to cuss in front of my mama. No, couldn't do that. But when I was with them, I was letting it fly like a sailor.
Bleep, 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 bleep.
I'm trying to tell you, hey, I got good at it. I could put it together. But
got creative with it.
Got creative with it, man. But dude, it's so meticulous with it, especially now, how everything is because how do you know if a person is envious of you? How do you know if a person is jealous of you? How do you know if you're not jealous of somebody else? I mean, you would know, but
Yeah.
you know, but you see those things right there, and like it will cause people not to like themselves. How do you know? Suicide is up. Suicide is up drastically across the board from children and adults. So that means that people are going through it, and people they lose touch with themselves, with their identity, because you can get around people and lose your identity. And you start to act more like them than you normally do, and when you get caught in that identity can take over. That's why I started with take off the mask.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our personalities has been molded by people that we don't need to be around. But if you're not careful, if you let it stay there too long, then that's who you will become. And that's when your true self try to come out, you'll suppress it. And then I know for me, I'm emotional. I don't know why. I just think this how God made me try to tell you that, hey, I will cry, especially when you get me in the spirit, hey, I will cry. But the thing about it, you know, in society, you know, society made to think that men don't cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you can't cry.
You can't cry.
Oh, no, you can cry. You can't cry from
Yeah.
the heart.
You gotta cry, you gotta shed tears. But the thing about it is,
Wipe your eyes right now.
well, quick, with no hesitation. But that's the thing, though. It's not. That's not how it is, because people go through stuff, and so this stuff get unbearable.
Yeah.
And you know, and then when you have people that are not there for you, you know, it adds on to it, and then you get to things where kids are now. Like me, I'm a realist. I like to look in the world, and I like to see what's going on, and you can see people are envious, jelly. I say people are jealous. People are covetous. People are who they are, and all these things are come by things being sown into them, and they don't know how to compartmentalize it.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, we got what we got now, and you know.
What y'all teens got? What y'all got on this?
I feel that on the spiritual level, though. I mean, like, because it's a lot of people, and this is speaking from me and some people that I know, it's a lot of people that will suppress their Christianity
What?
because they're with their friends. Yes.
What, for real?
Yes.
You ain't lying.
There's a lot
I
of
know
people.
shit lying.
And I was guilty of this because I used to never talk about what God did, or it would kind of be like, yeah, I believe in God, but I can't really get in too deep about what I believe in. And it was because your friend like you look at you like you're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
For
And
sure.
you have some people that are just like, you talk about God, you crazy. And that's when you, like she said, you outgrow people. You learn, like, yeah, I can't be friends with you because if I gotta suppress what I've,
Believe it.
yeah, like my testimony and what I've been through, I can't be friends with you. And I have to learn also that it's not that you can't be yourself, it's you ashamed to be yourself.
Yeah.
Even as the true you. Like she said, you push yourself down. And it's like, it's like you putting on a facade for everybody else. And when you get by yourself, and when the true you come out, they're looking at you like you crazy, because they've always known the one that's on the outside. And when you start showing you, it's like, where'd she come from?
Yeah.
You tripping. You tripping.
You tripping. Like,
tripping.
what, or like when you come out as Christianity, when you come out in your Christianity and you're strong in your beliefs, they're like, oh no, ain't nothing. She just saying it because she seen everybody else say it. But really, I wanted to do this the whole time, but I was never comfortable enough, because a lot of teens now are, what is she gonna like this, or are they gonna like this? I'm not gonna wear this because I know somebody's not gonna like this, or I'm not gonna do this because they not gonna like this, or I'm not gonna stop being friends with them because they're gonna talk about me. But at the same time, you always have to remember, you can't be friends with somebody if you don't really know yourself. How you gonna be friends, or how you gonna say you bond with someone when you don't even know the true you? And that's why I said I feel on a spiritual level, because if you're not right with your morals or your feelings about something, how are you going to be friends with someone and expect for them to be true to you if you're not true to yourself?
Right. I think that go back to too, if you don't even know yourself, you just gonna pick up the traits
Right.
and behaviors and this
Like
and
they
that.
said, don't love nobody if you can't love yourself.
Right. And I feel like I can relate to what you was talking about, because like even when I was in Christ, you know, I had a friend.
You was in Christ, you ain't no more?
Dang.
No, I
Oh,
didn't. I'm talking like when I first came into Christ. I
Hey,
had a friend.
stop it right now.
Cancel.
I ain't gonna never stop that.
Cancel Christmas.
But like I was scared to like share like my testimony. I was scared to like just share, you know, the gospel with them.
Right.
So it's like anytime, or even like I picked up stuff that they was like bad at, like spending habits. Like we'd be going out riding to the mall, and I know my friend got a bad spending habit. We going to the mall, we just spending whatever. We ain't checking no card.
Not even gonna pay it till later on.
We just in that time we gonna blow a bag.
Big overdraft fee.
Then you come back home. Then I gotta hit my husband. I'm like, what you spend all your money on? And I'm over there trying to calculate how what did I spend? And then like your friend in the mall, she see you picking up all this stuff, but she ain't saying, "Cool, you know, you need to put that down." How much? What your budget is? You know, I know you ain't trying to spend that much, but it's like they ain't gonna tell you that. They be like, "Girl, go ahead and get that. That's cute."
Yeah.
That's when you go. That's
Get
when
that
you
new
go.
purse. Get that $800 purse.
You deal with it later on.
He ain't gonna be back too
Yeah,
long.
get put out in the house now.
He ain't gonna be back too long.
Right. You'll
But,
deal with it.
I think the key, like I heard a lot of y'all talking about like identity, and I think that we gotta go back to, like, say you got a friend, you don't only identify or try to match your friend. Like these kids got TikTok, Instagram, and all these other platforms. Yeah, you trying to identify with the trends of what's going on. Like, so I just joined a little TikTok stuff. So I be asking the kids, hey, what's the hottest 3 songs on TikTok? And they know them joints. They know every single last one. They know the dance. I'm trying to teach basketball practice. They doing the little dance. I'm hot. I'm mad. Cause I'm trying to do something. But they are like, so we identify with the things that we see other people do, not just friends. You know, when somebody doing something you think is cool and you don't have it in your life, a part of you like want it. So I can remember when I was in middle school, like my parents, they did the best they could. Into this video, please, if you would like to take advantage of the coaching sessions I offer, you can go to www.becomingbetterql.net. Through this coaching session, we're looking to help you become better in every area of your life, physically, financially, emotionally, mental. And this can happen by you going to the website and booking for $30 a month subscription. You can cancel at any time. I would meet with you 2 times a month for 1 hour. Please go on the website, book in this coach session. Hey, y'all, let's get started. Let's become better together.